Because if this video was about the Oscars, then that means I would have to talk about Bohemian Rhapsody, and I don't want to do that again. Readers, when it comes to the news regarding Marvel's current relationship with James Gunn, I'm just so tired. You see, I thought that any and all talk regarding the fallout between Gunn and Disney ended after Warner Brothers and DC souped them up to do that 1-2 combo of writing and directing a new Suicide Squad flick. And I say Disney and not Marvel Studios because it was the Disney executives responsible for letting him go. Bob Iger, the CEO of Disney, who he kinda treated the Kevin Hart hosting the Oscar situation, was pretty much Pontius Pilate washing his hands of the fiasco. So despite Marvel Studios having its own head, the end-all be-all to let James Gunn go was made by Disney, despite Marvel Studios still using his script for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, who recently confirmed was going to happen. For the umpteenth time. No, seriously, despite Marvel saying for like the past year that they were still going to use it even when they halted production because of all of the whack shit, they felt the need to reiterate that despite being fired from directing Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, they're still going to use the script that he wrote for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. The only difference between when they said it months ago versus now is that when it was quote-unquote revealed to us this past weekend, they also said that the news of James Gunn's role after Guardians 3 and into Phase 4 was greatly exaggerated. This came out of the mouth of Kevin Feige, saying that because he worked on Guardians Volume 1, Volume 2, portions of Infinity War, and Volume 3, that's the only influence James Gunn has or will have on the MCU. Now, I know what you're thinking, but Laron, doesn't that conflict with what we've been hearing about Phase 4 after Volume 2 did so well? All this sounds is that Marvel Studios is trying to do some damage control. Now see, that's what I thought too. As a matter of fact, that was initially the angle I was gonna go with while I was doing the research for this video because, whoo boy, does this duck waddle like a fucking duck. Especially considering that Captain Marvel is about to come out and Ronan is involved. So one would imagine that James Gunn would have some involvement with the cosmic elements like past reports said. After all, Hollywood Reporter has it on record that both Kevin and James had constant contact with each other regarding consulting certain cosmic characters that were going to be part of the MCU for some of the scripts that were currently underway. But that might be all that it is. Consulting. Because while there were definitely talks about James Gunn possibly being the Joss Whedon of the cosmic side of the MCU according to both Kevin and James, according to an interview Vanity Fair had with Gunn during the 10-year celebration that they had, nothing was officially set in stone. Even when he was still on board, everything was just talk. So on one hand, Kevin's comments regarding James's involvement after Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 and into Phase 4 have some merit. On the other hand, Kevin could have realized that what James said during that interview was the perfect out to make the internet seem like they were blowing it out of proportion. And because it's the internet, technically Kevin wouldn't be lying if somebody decided to call him out on the shit. He doesn't have to be direct about how everything went down because technically the proof is there. It came out of James Gunn's mouth. It's brilliant, it's horrible, it's strategic as hell, it's whack as fuck, it's driving me fucking crazy, and I can't wait for all this MCU drama to be over, and I just want to see his Suicide Squad movie. Jesus fucking Christ. Anyway, readers, your homework assignment for the day. Write in the comment section below what your opinions are regarding what Kevin Feige said about James Gunn's true involvement regarding Phase 4 of the MCU. Do you think what he said is true? Do you think that he's doing some sort of damage control? I'd love to know your thoughts. If you want to help financially support the channel, you can join my Patreon by clicking the card at the end of the video or in the link in the description down below, where you can also find a link to my merchandise store. Or if you prefer to give a one-time donation, you can find the links to my PayPal and my Ko-fi page in the description box as well. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications, because I post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and every other Friday. But until then, this is Readus 101. Class dismissed.